out to all my sisters, unappreciated or not, cause I just wanna let you know you got it going on, sister. Halik, I'll call you peeking cause your skin tone sandy. Intoxicating lips reminding alcoholic of brown brandy. Of the gallon in your love, many men dream of wallowing. But look at you and most brothers got a hard time swallowing. No need for blushing, I told them kids hushing. Tone it down a bit, Senorita was about to say something. A stealth bomber could have a hard time following your curves. And a minister wouldn't dare repeat the words of what I do to you. Performing tricks like Houdini, the freaks come out at night. I take you to the point where you hear voices whispering, coming to the light. Your walk is music when I'm looking at your grooves. Your tongue is lotion on my back. It's sugar, let's make moves. I want you closer to my body than my epidermis, keeping me warmer than a thermos and causing flames like a furnace. I call you Miss Jones because I got a Jones and my loyons for you, sister. You got it going on. To my sweet pecan Rican, you got it going on. To my caramel thunder, you got it going on. To my chocolate wonder, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. You're all I need. You got what I need. Indonesia, don't you let them call you weed, you're a lotus. Method put it straight, sweet, you're all I need. Bow legs and kegs, soft but firm enough to hold eggs. During a 10K run, and you won't break one. I saw your ex-man, I mentioned your name, he said Lord. Being with you was the closest thing he had to his God. I asked him why'd he break it off, he couldn't handle your religion. You wanted doves and all he had to offer was pigeon. You're soft-spoken but you're well-represented. Your smile's a full moon on dark skin that becomes accented. I look at you and see stars from being dazed. Brothers ask to hit the brown sugar cause my eyes is all glazed. I sit back for a minute, laugh and chuckle, cause thoughts of you gripping me like a palm has got me harder than a knuckle. Your love's full blown, overshadowing like an eclipse. Your tongue is mother's milk between ebony lips. Watch them hips. I wipe my brow because sweat starts to dripping on your air of dairy sugar. I can hardly get a grip. Now I call you Miss Jones because I got a Jones and my loyons for you, sister. You got it going on. To my sweet pecan Rican, you got it going on. To my caramel thunder, you got it going on. To my chocolate wonder, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. You're all I need. You got what I need. You're all I need. You got what I need. Check it out, y'all. Razia, your loving is crazy. You drain the most active men to be in couch potato lazy. His ways in the breeze like the island trees. Your length represents a strength on the power to the 10th. We get together and go on to the break of dawn. Ginseng and bananas enhance the way that I perform. Lukewarm whispers in my ear calm the savage storm. And every time you make me let off, it's like I'm being reborn. You blow up the spot and make it hotter than the Bahamas in hell. When you express yourself like the Rebel X. Man, she give me what I need, I mean. She my private free kick, my own personal skills. Don't get me wrong, she's all woman and no oh. But when it comes down to bedtime, she's just down for a little more than the money in the middle. And expresses her love for me in more ways than fruit combinations of Skittles. On her stomach, behind her thighs, got me hung like men in cloth. Sometimes I smack her on the cheeks just to let her know who's boss. I call her quarter cause she's always got my back in any season and down for all reasons. Now I call you Miss Jones because I got a Jones and my loyons for you, sister. You got it going on. I call you Miss Jones because I got a Jones and my loyons for you, sister. You got it going on. To my sweet pecan Rican, you got it going on. To my caramel thunder, you got it going on. To my chocolate wonder, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. You're all I need. You got what I need. You're all I need. You got what I need. To my sweet pecan Rican, you got it going on. To my caramel thunder, you got it going on. To my chocolate wonder, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. Yo, you got it going on. You're all I need. You got what I need. You're all I need. You got what I need. And if they ain't checking for you now, I guess you don't need them.
One of the most frequent questions that I get is, where are the children, and why you call yourselves the children of the sun?
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray. All right, it's time for the Toast family. Come on out, let's get it. Trying to be right. Daily Toast. Tomorrow morning. Media G&J.media. We are doing the day.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black. Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a Peace family, yo, thank you for joining us, right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe up with us, and check out the free e-course. And we'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here, and it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, and let's build together.
Grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift and drink it. Come on. Drink that health in. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Take your breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Drink. 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 Come on. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. What? Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Told you the album is coming. Just be patient. It's coming. We're working on it. We're working on it right now. But right now, it appears that everything is slowed down. I don't know what y'all can hear or what y'all can see, but it's dragging. It's fluctuating between 3,000 and 8 kilobits per second. But whatever. It's time for the toast. We're going to do the damn thing. We're going to do it. That's what we do. So we're going to make sure that we are toasting and talking. Today, I will open up the lines after we get done with the toast. So let's get into it. I just titled this one, We Up and At It. Last night, I was putting some videos together. I want to complete 9. I did 3 yesterday, which means I'm going to have to put 3 together today and try to do 3 tomorrow. I want to put 9 together so that we can stay ahead of the curve. So I'm going to be posting up a video today, and something should have premiered at about 12 a.m. this morning on YouTube. So whatever, we're going to make it happen, all right? Let's go and get the toast started so that we going to have our conversation. All right, I still got some of their original left. Cleve's batch is extremely sweet. Cleve doing his first batch, and I'm walking him through the paces. His first batch, went out and bought about 8 bottles yesterday. I got we got some still here, so we're going to put this up. But the best thing about ambrosia is that it don't go bad, so we can go and we can sit on the ambrosia for a little while and, be cool. So let's go on. We're going to move straight into the toast without any delay. I want to go to the Daily Toast screen, get the Daily Toast screen up, see if that free up some killer beats, because I don't know, maybe, I don't know, because sometime damn, it jumped up to 7,000, 9,000. I'm like, what in the world just happened? I mean, I just switched screens, and it just, I don't know. But whatever it is, we're going to work it out, family, and we're going to make it happen, right? Because this is what we do at Gye-Nyame Journey. We struggle through, and we fight through, and we make things happen. But what I'm starting to really understand is that the pre-recording shit really, really pays off. It really, really does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It really, really, really pays off. When you, because I'm sitting up like, damn, But anyway, there's nothing for me like the live experience. I love the live experience. And I love experiencing the live thing with y'all. So right now, everything should be cool. It should be evening out real soon, because right now it's pushing up so much data so fast that it's ridiculous. But anyway, let's go and do our toast, and then we will get to our talk. And the talk depends on you, family. It all depends on you. So here we go. First off, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose, Scarlet Cray. We lift up our glass. We salute that creator. And we say the mighty word of Ashe. From there, where do we go? A very simple journey from there. We lift up our glass to all of our ancestors, those upon whom shoulders we stand, those who have laid the path for us, those that have left us the challenge of maintaining the gift that they gave to us and passing it on to the next generation. Bigger and better. We lift up our glass to those ancestors, and of course we're going to go as far as we can by memory. Take my breath. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert the Texan, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Christopher, Gaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvara Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tapper, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pet Mount, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamau, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy right there, Gail Pulley and the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooke Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Alonzo Johnson. I got so into it, I lost Miss Alonzo Johnson. That's right about here. Miss Alonzo Johnson, where we at? Am I on the right side? Yeah, I'm on the right side. All right, so I take it from Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Johnny Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lewis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sale, Weller, Vita Farmer, Agosto, Sue, Shell, Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Percy Thornton, Ada Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornegger, Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, rough day for me, huh? We are Mary Eliza Perk Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hitter Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, May Moss, Afia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Levester, May Moreland, Paul Moreland, Oda Caleb, Rosemary Martinero, Dalma Ted Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, the Senior, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr. I lost the rhythm. Fred Douglas Triggs Sr. Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis. Just keep on the list, man. It ain't my day today. Well, it's going to be my day, but, you know, as far as this, Frank and Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vita Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Wendell, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russ, Dilly Monage, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigella Perez, Zelda Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, Depretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scanterbury, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ada Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nayland Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G. 2 Gibson, Donnie Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Crochet, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, I'm Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McCain, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, as Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hashtag Cleaver, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Elizabeth Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bad Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rupert Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sandra Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanderson, Rayleigh Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker, Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann. Hold on. Where was I at? Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekhar Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson, Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jack and the Brothers, Reginald Oliver, Benjamin Corporate, George Swan, Imani Gracie, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Shirley Morgan, Sybil Evans McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shell B. McClendon. We move to the Black Book. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, the brother Adams, lovingly known as our sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Poor, Laddie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damien Top, Stina Banks, Joseph Bingham Quincy, Mama Aunt Lady Abraham Isaac Carter, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quay Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., the Clarence Nunk, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thorne, Johanna, Jashawn Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosey, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, L.L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Creamy Mackey, William R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Charlton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Jesse Woods, T.L.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Cofer, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Sabre Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanette, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Risa, Nana Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Gill, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera and Reese Fisher, Jared Johnson McCallop, Mama Moon, Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donald Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spate, and Era Bronson, Eric Winston, Nation Builder Darren Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny, Charles Stevens Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keat, Lena Shepard, Burdell Woodland, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson, William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones, Leslie Travis, Charlize Barnes, and Dwayne Lewis Taylor. Dwayne Lewis Taylor. May you find peace, young Simba. All right, we lift up our glass and we salute all of our ancestors. Man, oh man, we did it again. We lift up our glass and we salute each and every last one of them, right? Saluting our ancestors that bring us all together, right? We lift up our glass and we say the word of power, Ashe, or Yao, and we move to the present moment right now, family. I want to give all of the Kuumba babies a round of applause. Man! All right, Kuumba. We are in Kuumba. Man, oh man, it is a great feeling to be in Kuumba and to be on Kuumba, to have made it through another week. You know, every day is a blessing, right? And every day has a principle, and every principle is special, and I have a relationship with each one. Kuumba is one that I have been tight with for a very long time, right? So for those out there that's like, what does he mean when he says it's Kuumba Day? Why is it Kuumba Day? If you would, so please go and check us out at our free GNJecourse.com. Check out our e-course, freegnjecourse.com. Check it out. Go and learn about Gye-Nyame journey. Join the tribe so we can start building. And also to join the tribe in this moment, go right over to GNJ.media, GNJ.media, GNJ.media. Oh, hold on. Brother Kwame is on GNJ. All right, Clee, do your thing. GNJ Media is running a bit ahead of Pandora. What? Switching to Chrome to see how run on it. One love. Let's see. How is it doing? Is it running? Let's see if it's playing right now. Hopefully it's playing, but Brother Kwame is checking us out on GNJ.media, and none of the stuff that is how can I put it? Our platform seems to be working quite well today. All right, cool. Brother Kwame is on GNJ.media. Y'all can join him over there. Y'all can drop messages on the screen. I can show you how to do that later on. But right now, in the moment, family, going over to GNJ.media. Join us in the moment, in power, on this day of Kuumba, because we are building. Now, we are striving to move to 100 supporters, as well as 1,000 people using our site. I want to break it again. I want to break it, right? So fix it so we can see what we have to do, because we're trying to grow big, but we don't want to grow big on Instagram. We don't want to grow big on Twitch. We don't want to grow big on YouTube or Facebook. We want to continue to use the platform, but we want to always be able to have our own place to call home. That's the important thing about maintaining that moment, because that moment, the more stable you can make it, the more powerful and more concentrated your power will be. You know what I'm saying? So that you can go on and start expanding and taking shit over. Right? So right now, in this moment, family, we are on Kuumba. As I do every day, I ask you to activate your reticular formation and seek out Kuumba. I am going to need Kuumba today, because I'm going to try. I got to put together, I got to finish cutting. I got about 4, maybe 5 videos I got to cut. I did 3 of them last night. I got to go and cut them and get them right and get them keyed up or caged up, or however they say it, so that they could boom stream on the platforms that I want them to stream when I want them to stream. And I also need to create 3 more videos. Now, one of the interesting things that I'm going to be doing, I am going to be going through, I'm going to be using some scenes from Spook Who Step Out the Door to do some commentary on. So hopefully y'all be able to check that out and let me know what you think about it. Because I'm feeling good, man. But anyway, in this moment, activate that reticular formation, go out and seek that Kuumba. And also on Kuumba, for those that don't speak the language, Kuumba means creativity. The modic principle of the day is order. The color is orange, as you can see by my shirt. And you can go on and join the journey and support the journey and go out and get your t-shirts. Go to GNJ.media. Right above, there's a shop. It's a shop button on the top right-hand corner. It's the second one you see it, shop. Click shop, boom. Take you right into the Gye-Nyame Journey shop. You're going to get your daily toaster shirt. You get some Gye-Nyame. We ain't got a lot of Gye-Nyame gear on that one yet, But hey, we still working on it, right? So, also, the hermetic law of the day is cause and effect. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Amma. So once again, let's give them a round of applause. Yes. So we raise our glass and we salute the power of this moment, understanding that if we don't handle our business at this moment, we are betraying our ancestors and we are giving away our children's future. So we have to be firm and steady in this moment and powerful in this moment and focused in this moment so that we can expand this moment. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, we move on to our future generations. We lift up and we salute our children, man. I can't wait to see the changes to the world that they're going to bring, the power that they're going to bring, and the power that they're going to run with. We lift up our glass to our children, our children's children, and we toast them in advance, and we say, Ashe. Family, remember, we always talk about being a generational people. We coming back through our bloodline. So going back to the moment, if we don't handle our business in the moment, what we are doing, we are setting ourselves to come back into a fucked up situation. So I beg you, I implore you for your own future. If you selfish like that, if you just don't want to make the world better for nobody else, live your life like you got to come back to this motherfucker, right? And you want to come back in some comfort. You want to come back to a better world. You want to come back to a stronger family. So handle your business in your family, handle your business in your tribe to make sure that the things that you need to remind you about who you are present. That's what we do. This is why we leave monuments, not just so that the children can, so that we can remember what we left off from. We leave our pictures, we leave our writings, we leave clues for ourselves so that when we return back to this world, we will not come back in this motherfucker and have to start from zero. We have for possibly the last 10 to 12 generations possibly have been coming back to this world totally lost because we have not been able to imprint our signal, our how can I put it? Imprint our codes into the moment. So we have to handle our business in the present moment so that our children can have it and so that when we come back, we can find where we are. We leave ourselves maps and clues. So we salute those children once again, right? Which we will become one. Once again, we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From their family, we move on to all of our relations. We lift up our glass. We say, Ashe. From their family, we move to that selfish toast. And I raise my glass for that selfish toast, right? For those of you that's out there, and this is, you know what I'm saying, that are doing the work. I ain't talking about the selfish where I look good and I did. I'm talking about the selfish. This is for those of you out there that's doing the work, that's doing the generational work, that's fighting for the moment, that's fighting for our future, that's recognizing our past and sharing the information from our past and helping waking people up out there. This is for you. This is for your time to toast so that you can get what you need. We done called for the ancestors. We called the creator, the ancestors, and the present moment, all that energy. We called our future generations. All of our relations are all right here. That energy is right here, right now, and we're conscious of it. And in this moment, you have this moment right now to be clear on what it is that you need to bring the greatest out of you, to bring the ultimate you out. We lift up our glass, and we say Ashe. From their family, we move on. And where we going? Where we going, Brother Hatim? Hold on. I'm going to tell you. Hold on. From here, we're going to move to our tribe, our accountability group, our crew, those individuals that check us and make sure that we are in line, right? That help us achieve our goals, right? Now, if those people around you that you call your tribe ain't help you with that, I don't know if y'all got to try, right? But anyway, we lift up our glass to our tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame Journey. Gye-Nyame Journey is a tribe within the Taiwi family village. We are also a tribe inside of the Simba Nation. So, you know, it is what it is. Lift up your glass, and we say, Ashe. From their family, where do we go? 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 It's very simple. From here, I want to toast the most magnificent, man. The most wonderful, marvelous, upstanding, outstanding, the wisest, keenest mind, bravest hearted individual in the room. I raise my glass up to you. I salute you. I salute you. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, and joy. God damn, that original's holding up. Oh, man, oh, man. All right. So, while I'm on the air, let's go to full screen. Boom. While I'm on the air, get my news scene ready. All right. So, I had a conversation with Mama Margarita, one of our major supporters, and she said, what do you mean when you talk about a tribe? What is the difference between a tribe and a family? So let's kind of get it. At least, and this is the views expressed are the views of Brother Hatim and not necessarily the views of G&J.media or G&J Media or the Gye-Nyame Journey Media. So we started using tribe damn. My kids that's in their 30s was still teenagers. And of course, I had heard the term before. And Gye-Nyame, we called ourselves Gye-Nyame House. And also because we didn't want to use the word Jamal because a lot of young people that I was dealing with wouldn't understood what that meant, but it was a house. So you would have houses that groups of individuals belong to that would set certain standards for, it's like a group of people that agree. So one day I was, when the internet really started jumping off, I started watching videos, and a video came across about a dude, I think his name is Seth Gooden, and Seth Gooden started talking about building your tribe on the internet. And I'm like, because for a lot of us, there was a negative connotation about tribe, right? About tribe. You know what I'm saying? There was a very negative connotation. So, I might have been on Bryden. I'm trying to think of where we were, and that's how long ago it was, because we started, it went from Gye-Nyame House to Gye-Nyame Tribe. And I started doing hold on. So you go and get you 1,000 hits on your show. I'm trying to build up my weight, and you just call in on my show to kind of disrupt me. Yeah, I'm on my show. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What's the question? All right, peace. That was the fabulous Navita Nelson, who has reached over, thanks to y'all, over 800 views. Let's give Blunt Talk, Navita Nelson, the producer of Blunt Talk, a round of applause. Told you we coming. Told you. Now back to the conversation. So, and the way Seth described, and you'll know Seth because Seth is a bald-headed white dude, and he wear like yellow, bright yellow glasses. I mean, he wrote some real good books. And the point that he was making is that the internet is a space where we are able to connect with like-minded people, and that we needed to take advantage of that. And the term that he said that traditionally was used for groups of people like this was tribes. I'm like, shit, yeah, Gye-Nyame tribe. Gye-Nyame tribe, we're a tribe, but then you run into with the negative connotations of the word tribe. And it's like, so for us, a tribe is a group of families, a group of family and individuals that come together to build. And what do you mean build? Because, this is a term that's thrown around a lot. When we say build, what we're talking about, Gye-Nyame Journey has liked the stream. Oh, I like my own stream. Damn. Give it up for me. You like my own stream. Come on as yourself. Come on and like me as me. Make me seem arrogant, even though I might be a little bit. But anyway, so thank you. That's Miss Navita throwing out the love. I got to go on there and change. I don't like the little zombie, and I know I changed that. But, they fucking with me over there. But, so the whole tribe piece
was about having a group of families. So, what I was trying to explain was that you have the individual, like me, individual. Individual forms a family. Another individual form a family, start building a family. You got families, right? Families come together and build tribes. Why? Because it's hard for me to just protect my whole family, so I need other individuals that are able to help protect my family. So, and we could see this happening because, like I said, I got, people, my kids be confused because they don't know who their cousins or nieces and nephews or uncles and shit, because I got so many brothers. But it's like we formed this tribal network of individuals. And back in the day, the way they used to confirm like the whole tribe piece, because tribes would share the history, right? They would share common history, common ancestors. Because what you would see is you would have families that would have children, and those children would marry other peoples in that group who would bring the tribe closer together. Now, we don't necessarily do it like that right now, but it's like-minded people that are together. And then tribes come together and form a village. And once again, I'm telling you, this is how Tim said. Now, clans are a whole different thing. So now, how does the clan piece work? The clan piece work, this is how we work the clan piece in Gye-Nyame. The clan piece, regardless of how many tribes there are, because Gye-Nyame is a tribe and there'll be other tribes that'll break off from Gye-Nyame. But one of the ways we're going to be able to maintain the peace is because we're going to have clans, or there are clans based on days, right? What do you mean, Brother Hatem? For example, I'm a Kuji Chagalia baby. Navita is a Kuji Chagalia baby. Mama Margarita is a Kuji Chagalia baby. Sister Tiandra is a Kuji Chagalia baby. Brother Shaka is a Kuji Chagalia baby. Now, we all may be in different tribes at one point in time in the future, but the one thing that holds us together and gives us a unique bond is the fact that we belong to the clan of Kuji Chagalia. You know what I'm saying? We those Kuji-born babies. Right? So, of course, we could come together and we can have our meetings. We can have our little private sessions as Kuji-born babies to develop the relationship. And as more people come into what we're doing, more people will be coming in because 1 out of every 7 is a Kuji. Just like 1 out of every 7 is a Kuumba baby for today, right? So, clans is a whole nother thing. But anyway, so those tribes come together and form a village. That's why we say with Gye-Nyame Journey or Gye-Nyame Tribe, we are in the Tawi family village, because Tawi is composed of Jamaj, at one point in time, what I would call a house, or tribes. So right now, I don't know, and the only other tribe possibly that I know of would be the Imani dancers, right? Tribes, you know what I'm saying? Because out of the tribes, you had the rights, you have boom. In order to get into the tribe, certain things that you got to do, certain responsibilities you got to hold, certain skills that you got to be able to be willing to work on, and blah blah blah. And those tribes come together and form a village. Villages come together and form a city. Cities come together and form a state. States come together and form a nation. You see the logic? You know what I'm saying? Individual, family, tribes, from tribes to villages, from tribe to village, villages form cities, cities form states, states form nations. And if we all unify, we move out into the galaxy. We take over the world and move out into the galaxy. You understand? See, a lot. Because it's like boom. So within certain tribes, you will have certain skills that will be stressed. Like Gye-Nyame, we say, all right, cool. We the media arm. We gonna handle the media shit for whatever we interact with, what other tribes we interact with. Constantly learn about the media,
boom, trying to stack it up, trying to get people to start putting stuff together like their e-courses and their e-books. By the way, we're able to help you with that. That's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? Help as far as the promotions on the social media platforms, as well as creating spaces for us to do our own things like Gye-Nyame. You understand what I'm saying? Tribes had a responsibility to expand their territory, right? As you see with Gye-Nyame. I mean, because a lot of people are like, well, what are you talking about, expand territory? Well, shit, you know what I'm saying? Although we can't buy no houses, we sure got our own internet. We got a definite internet presence. That's real estate. You know what I'm saying? That's territory. Gye-Nyame is territory. Gye-Nyame.live is territory. Gye-Nyame.com is territory. Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook is territory. That's our shit. Now, and we all need to start developing that mindset. Why? And also, Gye-Nyame Journey, not only is it because really when it comes down to it, the tribe is basically a brand. Group of people that are building up a brand. So the question that a lot of y'all got to answer is, where your tribe? And what your tribe doing? Right? Right? Because I'm not, and I'm not trying to, but we need to tribe up. You need to find that group of individuals that's going to push you, regardless of how old you are, that's going to push you, encourage you, and check you when you need it. That's the problem with a lot of us. We get into a state where we become uncheckable. That shit, I don't know where that shit, I really don't know where that shit came from. But what I'm going to do right now is I am going to open up the lines for discussion. I'm going to open up the lines for discussion. For those that don't know, the black line is open. The line number is 614-556-4535. Once again, the black lines are open. The number is 614-556-4535. The day is yours. What y'all want to talk about, we could talk about. I have no problems. Like I said, we go through the news. I have no problem with that. But I would love to have a nation-building type conversation with some of my family out there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like and make sure you share, right? Because Navita is whooping me as far as the, you know what I'm saying? 800 views? Navita, what? And she wasn't even showing no cleavage. Man, so much for my theory. I said, we ain't gonna never reach 1,000 if you don't start showing some cleavage. She said, I'm not gonna show no cleavage. I said, we ain't gonna never. I quit. Can't do this show. Can't do it. But shit, she ain't show no cleavage. Had some conversation. And voila, she was right. So anybody that want to show produce, Sister Navita gone, she pretty good at it. And she laid out a damn hammer. I'm telling you, when we said we a media tribe, we've been preparing for this for a very long time. And I don't believe in coincidence. I ain't gonna say I don't believe in coincidence, but let me say this. COVID just so happened to hit right when we was putting a lot of shit together for digital. I mean, because like I said, we was ready for DigiFest. We was ready. It was crazy to me. I said, this is unbelievable. We got, digital. Everybody stressed out. I said, digital? Stop playing. Everybody got to go digital? Stop playing with me. We was ready. Right? We was ready. We've been streaming. I've been talking to people about streaming for the last 3 years. Doing podcasts. Now podcasts is, this is a billion dollar industry. And we ain't even scratched the surface yet. We just now scratching the surface, right? Because We working on our camera game. We're working on the mic game. You understand what I'm saying? We're working on it. But it's going to come. And when it comes, oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. So, once again, Black Line is open, 614-556-4535. All right, let's do this. All right. So if I'm correct, the screen should be up. So we are on. Let's do the proverb of the day. Even though I've been slipping on this one. We are in the chapter called Supplication. That's about page 140. For those that don't have this book, you need to get it. What's up? Miss Gina G is in the house. All right, this is how it began. He said, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip bowed to the Emperor Haile Selassie during his silver jubilee celebration on the 25th year of his reign. Supplication, unless you call out, who will open the door? Ethiopia, to be in the presence of greatness. Make them bow. Go ahead. Haile Selassie. Go ahead, Haile Selassie. All right, so we on Proverb 1. And the proverb reads, supplication is a manner of opening up to power. So then supplication is a manner of opening up to power. Say the knowledge holders. Those of you that's on your 21-day journey, listen, we in the supplication. If you want to jump right here with us, man, the supplication chapter. Look, the potent sinner called supplication. And for those that don't know, look it up. Look up the term supplication. Kwame, throw out what supplication. Hold on. Brother Kwame is on here. Okay, cool. Okay. Brother Kwame, you might need to throw up on the dashboard what supplication. Better yet. Okay, Google. What is supplication? It's that easy. Now it's like, this reminds me of Star Trek. Okay, Google. What is supplication? What's up, Navita? I didn't even know you was on the line.
You don't know nothing. But I don't know. I was trying to watch you on, for some reason, I don't know if it's my laptop or what it is, but I was watching you on my laptop on Facebook, and now I'm just getting the circle of death.
Let me check. Let me check. Well, now the frame rate is cool, so that might be, I don't know. You might need to plug in, baby.
It may be me then. I don't know.
You might need to plug in.
I ain't plugging in shit. Okay, go ahead.
But so I dropped the proverb of the day. You called in. What's going on? You wait. Hold on. Let me give you roses while you're alive. I'm understanding that you are approaching 900 views right now. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. We're approaching 850.
Hold on, they can't hear you because of noise. But go ahead.
We're approaching about 850, I would say, 850 views.
You got a subject for next week's show yet?
No, I do not.
Okay. All right, we're gonna work on it and all that. She doing the damn thing, y'all. So we want to make sure we keep supporting Blunt Talk. It pops off on Ujima nights at 7 p.m. I'm not doing no damn push-ups, so y'all got to figure that out. Those that don't speak the language, you need to go and check out our e-course at freegnjecourse.com. Help us get your life together. You know what I'm saying? Well, better yet, we'll help you get your life together, because that's too much work. I'm trying to hold my life together. But, yo, you got some news for us or anything that you want to share? Or you just calling in to support?
No, I do not. I wanted to tune in and call in to support, and I wanted to see what you was dropping on the news, current events, or what have you.
Y'all see how she tried to get on and produce my goddamn This my show, Miss Navita. Do not get on here.
Go through the damn timeline of Gye-Nyame journey.
Well, I don't feel like it right. I don't want to do it right now.
Look, you ain't got to do a motherfucking shit.
Man, God, she get on. But before we get to do what she say I usually do, family, for those of you that are new and you come to G&J.media, do not be frustrated. You will see a daily toaster piece, and you know you at our house. You know you at our house. And you can sign up by clicking the sign up button, right? Somebody else called in. Give me 1 second. You can also go to our shop, and some of the designs will be popping up. Navita's artwork is on here, locked and loaded. Well, her T-shirt is up here as well. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different stuff that you can get on in our personal store. Go and by all means support. But once you sign in, once you call in, you are able to see all of the text on our screen. And then also when you go all the way down to the bottom and you click, there you go right there. There we are live. And all you got to do is click the large screen. And let's say you're doing something else and you want to watch Gye-Nyame Journey while you're doing something else. You just minimize it. Just minimize it like that. Y'all see that? Incredible, right? And you can just move it around on the screen and you go do other stuff. And guess what? It stays up on the screen. Somebody else is up on a call. I think this is Gina G. What's going on, Gina G?
Gina G.
All right. Go ahead, caller. How can I help you?
I'm just calling in.
Gina G.
Huh?
See, if you was go fake, you wasn't supposed to say hi. All right. You just calling in? You don't got nothing to say to the people?
Go to the merch store.
Go to the merch store. She knows that her inheritance depends on it. Gina G is saying go to the merch store. So, all right, here we go. Let's look at our stock prices, Miss Navita. Are you ready for this? People reached, in the last 28 days, they said 13,439 people in the last 28 days. We up 379%, fam. Oh, y'all killing it. Post engagements in the last 30 days, 3,600, up 57%. Page likes, 18, up 80%. Somebody else called in.
It's just in the video. I had to hang up. My phone was tripping.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's go to 7 days. 7 days. 1,580 people reached in the last 7 days. That's up 60%. Post engagement, 911 people. That's up 11%. Page likes, 2 people. Down 71%. I'll take that, you know. Let's look at yesterday. Yesterday we got 756 people reached. That's up 42%. Post engagement was 109 people. They say it's down 22%. Page likes yesterday. Who is that? 0. Family, I'm still grateful for all that y'all do, because some of y'all be sharing our content. Some of y'all be liking it and making comments on it. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm glad that we are growing in the way that we're growing together. But let's go and look at some of this news. A faster world holds its breath while the U.S. chooses its leader. New York Times. All right, so let's go and look at this real quick. Y'all see I'm still playing over here. That's Gye-Nyame Journey Media, and it's traveling with me. So I'm going to go and click that off. Boom. All right. This is by David M. Halbfinger from Jerusalem, New York Times. If the world could vote in Tuesday's presidential election, Israel would be one of the reddest places on the globe. Israel's right-wing government has been showered with political favor by Trump, White House, and back to the hilt, culminating in normalization deals with 3 Arab countries that made the Middle East suddenly feel a bit less hostile to the Jewish state. A victory for Vice President Joseph R. Biden Jr. would be a substantial loss for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Salih Mirador, a former ambassador to the United States, said there would be more daylight between the White House and Mr. Netanyahu than under President Trump. We may lose what we achieved, and we may not gain more, he said. American presidential election always sees international attention, but this year's exceptional. Mr. Trump has dominated news cycles and frayed nerves in almost every corner of the earth, like few leaders in history, having lived through his impulsiveness and his disdain for allies and de-alliances with adversaries. The world is on the tenterhooks waiting to see whether the United States will choose to stay that rocky course. Now, I'm reading this for one thing, right? It's strange. Well, it ain't even strange, but family. Politics makes, as they say, strange bedfellows, right? And other countries, in some form or fashion, has been able to get some type of favor from the United States government, whether we talk to Trump or prior to Trump or after Trump, and we have to start structuring our political machine to start making these individuals have to make some type of choice. When he got into office, he being the great pumpkin, he made a choice about what he was going to do with Israel. And he also made a choice on what he was going to do with your black ass. You know what I'm saying? Now, we have to understand that these individuals don't get the luxury of just sitting in their office and make these shadow judgments. These judgments are pushed and prodded by people that are around him and about the noise that's going on around them. Family, we need to get ready, because in 2020, regardless of who's in office, we need to start making some noise. Reparations does not die after the 2020 elections. The push for reparations does not die. As a matter of fact, it's going to increase, and more people are going to start seeing the light or start losing their positions and their jobs. This is how we got to be. Israel don't give a fuck about you being comfortable. They don't give a fuck about the United States people being comfortable. They don't give a fuck about Iran being comfortable. They only care about Israel being comfortable. And in many ways, we have to shape our politics in the same fashion. We have to make sure we're comfortable. We got to make sure that our children and our grandchildren are comfortable. We got to make sure that we don't give a fuck whether Republicans are comfortable or the Democrats. We can't afford that anymore. We can't afford to wonder about how everybody else is treated, because I'm telling you this, and please, you could take this to the bank. Once they start doing right by us, right will start being done to everybody else. Period. We are the litmus test. If it's not right being done by us, then other people and other groups are being marginalized. Once right is done by us, the world changes. And that's the way it's always been. Any comments or thoughts, Sister Navita?
No, I'm just listening right now. I don't have any comments. I'm kind of marinating on that last thing you said, though, but okay. She
said she marinating on it. Okay. Is it the spicy marinade? Oh, speaking of the spicy marinade, get them the information so if anybody wants to get some of that salsa.
All right. Well, right now on deck with the BRG salsa that my son makes, it's killer. The heat level he has available right now, because he's sold out of the others. So right now, I think he has 2 or 3 bottles of hot salsa, and it's very hot.
Okay,
so
cool.
If you like heat, this will be for you. It's probably I'm a weakling with the heat, but it's probably higher than just your regular hot. So anyway, if you're interested, shoot me inbox at Navita Nelson on Facebook, and I can get you a jar for $6. Big jar for $6. Freshly made, no preservatives, and all of that.
You ain't eat my jar.
Yeah, you got the whatever that is supposed to be.
Did you?
Think
Is
hot,
it still there?
It's
still there?
It's still there.
Is it in the refrigerator or out?
It's in the fridge.
All right. I kind of wanted it to just sit out. I wanted to ferment. But anyway, I'm just joking. Watch as NASA Osiris RX punches an asteroid. So I wanted to put this out there for my science nerds and my space nerds out there, because some of us, there's a lot of us, even though y'all don't know it. They might be walking around being thuggish, but when it comes down to shit like this. So now they sent a satellite out to an asteroid by the name of Bennu. Now, those of you that supposedly are in the conscious community, y'all should know what Bennu means, right? So maybe Navita will give you a prize on her show if you come on and tell her what a Bennu is. But we won't remember, so you're going to have to write it in the comments. I was listening to the show on Kuumba, and Brother Hatim said that if I answered what Bennu was, that I would get something. So I don't know. That's up to Navita. If she go for it, it's cool. But anyway, they out there punching asteroids. So I just want y'all to know, you going to see it, and they got it recorded on videotape, them sending this thing up and do a hit and run on a damn asteroid. But it look like it got duct tape on it. That look like duct tape. We could do this. We could do this. All right. Let's keep it on Blunt Talk replay. We got that on here. This is the replay. This ain't the actual number, so I don't want the haters out there talking shit. This is the actual one. But those that don't believe, Navita is now at 879 views 2 days ago. 879 views. Right there. That's the real Blunt Talk. If you want to see, is on the side. But anyway, letting you know. All right. So I posted up a video. This is the Adventures of Hatim, and this is how I'm doing it now. Laree Daniel Favors. She's a sister that was on the Karen Hunter show. I be loving the Karen Hunter show. But she broke down the need for rites of passage in our community, and I did some, I threw my little flavor on there too. So go and check out that video if you would. I ain't going to take up your time right now. I also did another video, The Adventures of how Tim Joe Rogan talks about being chosen. And y'all need to really check this out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check that one out too. All right. Okay, I did. Oh, so they got all minds in a row. Mike Tyson asked a question. Now, and let me say this. I've been watching Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, man. And Mike Tyson is literally a warrior philosopher, dog. So, like I said, when you watch the show, you give him a minute. Let him sit down and get his weed on. But he start asking some really insightful questions. It's a real good show if you haven't taken time to watch it. It's Blunt Talk. No, my fault. It's Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. And they stay weeded up. Teachers unions and the myth of public schools. This is on Yahoo.
Blunt Talk with Mike Tyson? Was that what you was about to say?
Hey, I was about to say that. Hey, but don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, because the future may hold some things for us. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. Blunt Talk with Mike Tyson. He gonna come in and check out the show. How y'all call it Blunt Talk and nobody smoking weed? Can I fire up in here?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, because our girl was last week. So, last week. You didn't even notice, did you?
Nah, I was too busy moving around because I quit. I was trying to leave, but you had to secure it on the goddamn door, and I couldn't leave. All right, so let's go and check it out. Teacher unions and myth of public schools. Now, so public schools and the myth. So I was thinking about what are they talking about? American taxpayers have been hoodwinked by the whole idea of public schools. What? I told y'all, family, and other people have been telling you, what we are experiencing now may be kind of permanent in many ways. No other institutions get away with such bad behavior on the part of some employees who staff them. We've been putting more and more money into the system for decades without reaping more returns for the nation's children. Just this week, the national 2019 results for the 12th grade student achievements were released showing, now check this out, showing an average score of 37% reading proficiency and 24% math proficiency, not proficiency. That means like the bare minimum, really. These numbers are appalling, but unlikely to improve as long as public teacher unions continue to behave like the union's most lucrative and powerful racketeering ring. Ooh, so they're attacking teacher unions on here. All right, here we go. They get away with it in part because of the terms we all been trained to use when speaking about them. Political language is often used to preempt political debates in this way. A case study would be the way words private and public are used in political discussion. We speak of private and a public sector, private and a public land, and of course private and public schools. These terms stop us from thinking clearly. The word private smacks of a desire to shield something from other people. It describes things that concern self rather than society, and is almost always used in a defensive way. When we lift a book off a friend's shelf and hear them shout, "That's private," we know we've been told to retreat from an unwanted advance into guarded territory. It's a word used by individuals to make claims on their own behalf against the claims of others. For this reason, it is a distinct disadvantage in a democratic society. Let me make sure I give credit to who wrote this. Cameron Hilditch, National Review. And I'm not reading it because I agree with it, family. I'm reading it because we need to know, because I want y'all to understand that what we're going through right now is opening up a lot of people's eyes to the public education system. And one of the things that we really need to understand is that many of the public institutions that we call schools for our children, we already knew this as black people, they're trading centers they're training centers that we send our children to get indoctrinated with this bullshit. It don't teach them anything about themselves. It really don't introduce them to a majority of them. Some of us are lucky. I was lucky. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that's coming out is that for all intents and purposes, it's daycare. And I know some people will get mad at me for saying that shit, but that shit's the truth. It's daycare. This is what parents is calling about. When we going back to school, it's daycare.
For sure.
It's daycare. You know what I'm saying? And we want to fancy it up and not really say what it is. It's daycare. The learning methods are antiquated. The school system has not changed in like 75 years. We're still running it like factories. But
and
go ahead.
It's producing a number of students that are below in reading and math.
Below, and what's even now, and I could accept that, but the fact that
because they're unable to compete.
But what I'm saying is this.
Students.
But we've been poor. I would be able to accept it if we was honest, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're not honest about it. We're paying tax dollars, and tax money is being siphoned off to these institutions that get bigger and bigger, and supposedly are supposed to be getting better, when in fact we're seeing the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
I told you John Ragland was on, what's his, not John Ragland, but Ragland is the last name. He's on the school board. He was on Kahari last week talking about how they paid the $250,000 to have this survey and audit and all this done to be told that what the system they're using now is a guarantee for their students to fail. Guarantee. And this was before Corona.
This was before Corona. Now with Corona, we're gonna see.
Even worse.
Oh man, I mean, but for some populations, it's getting better. But you know that's
for some.
Right.
You got it. That's the thing.
Because,
and the ones that is getting worse for, we're not being privy to those stories. So,
right.
Unfortunately.
But we could be privy to them here at Gye-Nyame Journey if you got some. We want success as well as the failure stories, because some of us are being able. Some of our young people are prospering on this shit. They ain't got the issue of worrying about what they wear to school. They could just get up there. They could do their work. They don't have to deal with arguing with students arguing, and but then there's other kids that need that.
They need that, and this is another thing that my son said to my grandson the other day. My grandson is 13. Got a girlfriend? No. He's like, why ain't you got a girlfriend? Well, I mean, he's like, you don't go to dances or nothing like that? Or he was like, no. I don't even go to school, so where do I meet girls at? So it made me think, like, well, damn. Outside of school for a lot of children, and with this COVID shit, there's nothing else.
But what he's speaking to is prior to COVID. I mean, it was and that's a business opportunity. But you know, that's for another time.
Oh, I'm talking about I'm talking about my son's conversation with his son. And that's showing the lack of socialization that some children are having. Even with, you know, by the time we were 13, we were liking girls and boys. You know, we were liking one another, and we were in an environment called school that helped us to develop some of those skills on how to communicate with one another, and school dances and things like that. But that has been cut out.
I just want to say this. The question wasn't. Yes, I'm about to start the argument. The question wasn't, do you like girls? The question was, do you have a girlfriend?
Right.
Okay.
So, you know what? So, but if you're not getting places to learn those social skills between, you know, which is a trial and error thing, you're going to be late developed on that, because most of that is learned in school.
Yeah, now, and Navita, I'm just say this. I'm gonna say this. For some of our young men, like, it's real good that they are able to focus on other things other than girls right now. I'm just saying, because once that motor comes on, you might not never be able to turn it off.
Nah, the motor is on. The thing isn't that, like you said, the question wasn't, do you have an interest? The interest is already there. How that develops, though, is a lot of times based on social
interaction,
which they're lacking at this point.
I agree.
Okay, so then by the time they get to be 17, 18, they'll be doing shit they was supposed to have been doing at 13. As far as interacting with the opposite sex, doesn't mean necessarily being sexually active, or doesn't mean not being sexually active. But in the times today that we're dealing with, especially so with gender identity, I think it's a very tricky thing. Because I was about to make a retort, but you brought that shit up in there, so I'm gonna shut up, because I was like, yo, I mean, because honestly, I think some of the things that I was watching some of my dudes do at 13 or 14 years old was something they didn't need to be doing until about 17 any goddamn way. But you know, it is what it is. You know, there's always an exception, but we're not talking about that sect of people. We're talking about the sect of normal interaction.
There you go.
That you get from talking, the whole learning the body language part of it. That's what I'm talking about. Learning the social skill of it. That's what I'm talking about.
Why are you getting all aggressive?
Comprehend what that piece means and separate that from the sexual part, Because we're not talking about their part right now. I'm talking about the social interaction. Now, yes, some of it may lead to
What
that.
is?
We're not talking about
What
that right
is
now. We're
the
just talking
end?
about.
What is the end of the social interaction, Miss Navita?
You can't. The end of the. We're not talking about the end of the social interaction.
I'm just
at this
saying,
moment.
okay.
We're talking about the social interaction. Quit trying to say change the narrative. But it's your show. You can change the narrative. Shit. Go on.
You damn right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you. Anyway.
Okay. But I'm not talking about that aspect. But I think there's a bigger problem.
I always talk about sex on my show. I don't know why. You just won't get it. Won't get.
About you on that sacra chakra.
Oh,
that's
here
all
we
you
go.
one big sacra chakra.
Matter of fact, that's gonna be one of the songs on my album, Sacro Chakra. That might be the only original. What?
Someone told me to tell you that they heard you singing on Blunt Talk, and that you can sing, and you should really consider it. You have.
Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I put it on my grandson. Someone told me that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, just you might consider it.
Listen, I have been banned in 3 states from singing. The entire Simba Nation has all agreed that I am not allowed to sing. Tawi Village has banned me from singing. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Man, the elders dogged me out the other day. You know, I'm glad you slick, girl. You changed the subject real quick, but let's keep it going. But you're right. I agree with you. Maybe not wholeheartedly, but the whole social interaction piece is a very important piece. But that's something that our children do not have to get in school. That is something that we could create as adults and make it happen.
Right, we have to create it.
We got to create it.
Primarily, for most people, not us in particular maybe, but for most people, that's where a lot of our children are getting that interaction.
They are.
The minority or the people who, are not, we're not hearing from the people who are affected negatively through this COVID-19 online, with this online school. There's effect that's not.
So, and like I said, it's, and also, I want some of y'all to consider this. One of the things we specialize here at Gye-Nyame Journey on is ebooks and e-courses. Right? Now, I know that the actual social interaction cannot be replaced, but there are certain cues and certain, you call it body language and stuff, that we could teach our children through courses where they could start recognizing some stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do it, because some of this stuff does not have to be learned by trial and error. And this is the only thing I'm trying to get the elders and everybody around me to understand. Everything does not have to be learned by trial and error. You have a certain segment of our population that could pick up from lessons that other people have learned, rather than having to go and bang their head up against the wall to find out some shit. Because really, in going beyond just the social interaction, getting into relationships and shit, a lot of us are doing this shit and banging our heads up against walls that many people have already been through and been like, yo, you shouldn't have did that. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But we're not passing on this knowledge. We talk about the beauty of Kemet and all this shit, and they have writings all over the world. They got writings about everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting up here like, yo, why we're not using the modern day stone to make sure that we are able to give our children a head start, because they don't have to go through everything that we went through. And they shouldn't have to. They should be able to look at one of my videos or one of Navita's shows or some or an e-course and be able to get direct information downloaded into them where they could go and jump past. Because I have specific examples in my life where I have been able to avoid problems. I have been able to get A's. I have been able to overcome obstacles because somebody took the time to show me something. And when that shit popped up, it was like deja vu when I was in that situation. Everybody else was lost, confused, dazed, and befuddled. And I was able to champion the day. Why? Because I sat down and listened to somebody. But anyway, let's go on with this a little bit. You know I get on my high horse. Well, actually, it's a short horse. The word public fares much better in the majoritarian politics It describes things that concern everyone rather than things that pertain to specific individuals. At a time when loneliness and social isolation are rampant, it conjures up association with community, solidarity, and collective effort. Neither of these terms are fit for the purpose they serve in political discourse, but the common use of public is a more pernicious one. It should be a pernicious one, I think. It's the more pernicious one. Okay, that's right. By defining a given interest or industry as public, we give the impression that it benefits everyone in society instead of just a few individuals. Ooh, I think I know where you're going. This creates a blind spot in our discourse. It prevents us from recognizing the fact that people who staff public institutions, or those who sell their political prescriptions as salves to be applied in the public interest are just as nakedly self-interested as everybody else. Lord, I'm starting like where this going. All right, let's go.
Well, let's see where it go.
All right. The saddest and most salient example of public institutions that are nothing of the sort is the United States, in the United States is our public education system. These schools are advertised to taxpayers as institutions that serve every child in the nation. In reality, they serve the interests of no one other than a small group of Americans who work in those schools as teachers and administrators. Goddamn. Ooh. I'm telling y'all, education about to change, family. It's about to change. Did y'all hear what he said? Let's go back. In reality, they serve the interests of no others than the small group of Americans who work in these schools as teachers and administrators. So not only is it daycare, this dude is saying that it's a job hustle. Wow. Okay. This should not surprise us. We expect workers in the private sector to pursue their own financial gain. When private sector unions go on strike, they do not for any altruistic reason, but in pursuit of higher wages and better working conditions. And they do so unapologetically. But public sector unions operate within a different rhetorical framework that puts them at a distant PR advantage when compared with their private sector counterparts. Since the teacher unions can share their own avarice with claims of public service to children, they can manipulate the actual public into thinking that more money, job security, or political power for themselves is in everyone's interest instead of their own. Oh, shit. Okay. They can claim that the hopes and dreams of American children are somehow mystically present in their paychecks and their extended holidays, as if the funds in each of their bank accounts amount to some sort of progressive Eucharist of which the entire nation partakes. But a look at graduation rates, test scores, and graduate employability calls this into question. Ooh, man, he was mad. He was mad. We only got a couple more. I'm finished reading this. Man, we seen a ramping up at a special pleading during the pandemic as union leaders have identified the crisis as an opportune moment to blackmail students and parents for more concessions. The mafia-style protection racket proceeded apace even as I write this. Just this week, the Fairfax Education Association, a union that represents teachers in Northern Virginia, announced its refusal to return to in-person schooling until August 2021 at the earliest. This is in spite of the fact that K-12 schools across the nations that have reopened have managed to avoid coronavirus surges so far. In typical fashion, the teacher unions are arguing that their actions are meant to protect the health of both teachers and students. All this proves is that they either don't know or don't care about the extremely concerning negative effects that long-term distant learning is having on the neurology of children. What? Now you kind of stretching, homie. Kind of stretching. He's stretching now. So obviously, this is a mad motherfucker who wants his child back, his child or his niece's nephew back in school. That's what I'm seeing right now. But I hear. I'm trying, because I'm sitting up here like, okay, let's go look at these neurological effects. My colleague, Madeline Kearns, recently conducted an interview with the child psychiatrist, Alan M. Josephson, for National Review, in which Dr. Josephson detailed the disruption to childhood brain development that the policy of the teachers' unions could bring about. Face-to-face interaction with other kids is critical if children are to develop the interpersonal problem-solving skills that will be required of them as adults. Clearly, no child psychiatrist was consulted when the Fairfax Education Association was putting together its list of demands, or if one was, he or she was summarily ignored. Now, let's say this. So, teachers are talking about staying healthy and staying safe. And just because certain school districts have been able to open and have not had a surge, there are surges going on not only in America but all over the world, regardless of what you believe. There's a surge. There's the news of a surge. And one of the things that I do know, and I have personal experience in my life, is watching somebody get sick just by the fact that somebody looked at them and said, you don't look that well today. Where it's a mental thing. Some people could get sick just mentally, right? So I'm saying this. The teachers have a right to look out for their health. And putting teachers in rooms with young people and young people in rooms with teachers where we don't know where they've been or what they've been doing the whole goddamn weekend during a so-called pandemic makes absolutely no sense to me.
So
now,
the mask part wouldn't work?
See,
is that what you're saying?
We don't even know if the mask work. I mean, people say it's cutting down, but shit, we got a surge. Everybody I see got a goddamn, huh?
So apparently it's not.
Right, I mean something else. It's something
you can't go nowhere without it, and it's
still surging. You know what I'm saying?
But most people don't die from it, and most people are asymptomatic, and it's a low, compared to the numbers, it's still a low rate of death compared to the number of, because I know plenty of people who have had it. One that they say died of it, which is questionable, and then other people who are completely healthy and were diagnosed with it. So,
what we need to learn, what we need to do is to learn to deal with this.
Yeah.
Because, and for me, and I know people don't look at, I look at this as such an opportunity for us. Such an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But many of us are in a rush to get shit back to normal that we don't want to take the time to really look at what's possible. What's possible? This whole social media thing and this whole video, this shit is a wide open field for many of us to start taking advantage. For us to get our foothold. I can't wait for the winter time to come. I really can't. I don't even like winter. But I know that by that time we'll have at least 3 or 4 shows possibly popping off, and people will have nothing else to do but to tune in to what we're doing. That's just me. Other people's like, I want to get out. I want to, boom, 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 cool. But I wasn't able to produce in that world in the way that I'm able to produce in this world right now. That's all I'm saying. But I'm enjoying it. I don't like necessarily running around with a goddamn mask on, but I'm going to take this. We are building something. I believe we are building something of power here. And what we have is people that's saying, look, let's hurry up and get back to the way it was. The way it was, we was getting our ass kicked, family. The way it was, we was getting fucked up. The way it was that your children was out your house 6 to 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Now we have an opportunity to touch our children. We have an opportunity to decide as a community. We could pick somebody to teach our children. We just got to be willing to put some money up. We can start building some shoelays. We can start really doing some work. We can start having distance parties or organizing some type of Zoom for our children so they can interact with each other. There are things that we can do. That's all I'm saying. Instead of sitting around here trying to debate on rushing back to how it was. Are you crazy? You want to rush back to how it was when it wasn't shit then, and it ain't shit now. But at least there's room in here for those that have a vision to be able to push through. This is what I understand, motherfuckers. I don't understand that. I don't understand, but it's me. And the views expressed here are not necessarily views of Gye-Nyame Journey Media. They solely belong to the person that is talking. Brother High Tim, so let's get off of this. Because he mad. He wants some private time with his wife or son.
You know what, hush.
You know I ain't lying. You know people. Red full moon on Halloween will be seen across the U.S. for the first time in 76 years. I'll put that up for y'all. Hopefully y'all got a chance to see it. Walmart pulls guns and ammo from store displaying, citing potential civil unrest. This election is off the hook. Great job, Great Pumpkin. Cause you bringing some shit to the surface that has been hidden up for a long time. It's so bad now that Walmart is pulling guns. I heard they're bringing them back, though.
And they always keep guns on their damn self. Them little shotguns and shit back.
What they saying is they expecting it, or it's a possibility it's going to get so bad, the motherfuckers going to be breaking into Walmarts all over the country, grabbing bullets and ammo. I want y'all to think about that. And then, because the night the shit go down is the wrong time to be trying to call a brother talking about, you remember when you was telling me about tribing up? No, I don't. I have absolutely no record. Who is this? I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Don't tribe up in the time of trouble. A warrior does not build his shield on the battlefield. You will get left and have to suffer the consequences. Just being honest. I'm trying to be honest, Navita.
I get it.
Now, if you haven't seen this video I got by Ryan Leslie, for those that don't know who Ryan Leslie is one of the few artists, well, actually, possibly one of the first artists that I heard of that was talking about actually using social media and text messages to actually build your business. So he's a music artist that for these artists that are signed to major labels that need to sell 1 million, he sells 10 to 60,000, and he doing good because all the money come directly to him. He sell merch. He send text out to his people. He know where his fan base lives. He got it all segmented and separated by where they stay. So when he's gonna be in a certain city, he be like, I'm doing a show at such and such. Sell the tickets out in 15 minutes because all of his true fans know exactly where he is. So he can make a living off of a fan base of 10 to 60,000. It's a viable model. It actually works. So y'all need to listen to this. And one of the things that he said in his interview that he did on Breakfast Club is that his goal is to see one of us, somebody look like us, being the next Steve Jobs.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So his vision, his vision is beyond just him. So this is somebody I could rock with. I used to use his service, but it got kind of expensive with the numbers that I had. I imagine as my numbers go back up, I will definitely go back and use his service. It's called Superphone. But because you might remember when I was using Superphone, where I was able to you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's the number that a lot of people still call looking for me because I told them I changed my number. Harvard Business School professor Jeff Busgang on the future of education. So it's some more information here on the future education, family. Where we at may be where we will be. You know what I'm saying? Hoping for how things were after people done found out that I could save wear and tear on my building by only opening up for half of my students for the week. I could bring everybody on 1 day or 2 days a week and have a hybrid learning going on the other days. Come on, fam. I mean, you really need to look at where the world's going. About 20% of grocery store workers have had COVID-19, and most didn't have symptoms. So that goes back to what Navita was saying by it's asymptomatic. Some people can get it and you never even know they had it, but they're able to pass it. And they said 20% of grocery store workers. So your ass was checking.
That's a flawed number, because how many people did they, like they said, they didn't even know it. So how many people who didn't even know it didn't even get tested? So
shit, I mean, because if you don't know it, you're not gonna get tested. But some of these places,
right.
like at my wife's job, they make them do a COVID test now once a month. No, my fault, once a week. So some of these grocery stores might be requiring these individuals to take it. So they will be able to look at your sample and be able to tell whether you had it or not. Be like, did you know you had? I mean, you got the antibodies in your system for COVID-19. I never knew I had it. And it shows you've been working all summer. Yeah, every day. I'm like, damn.
They full of shit.
Yeah, let it be full of shit. I'm loving it. That's what I just want people to say. I'm loving it. Let them be full of shit. I love it. So that's it for the news today, family. I'm about to get up. I got to cut some videos. Oh, my fault. Here we go. Financial Times. We got a couple more articles. Hold on. CRISPR gene editing can lead to big mistakes in human embryos. Now, y'all see I'm doing my show. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. All right. All right. So a CRISPR, for those that don't know, a CRISPR, you can order this type of equipment to edit genes and shit like that. Did you know that, Navita?
To edit what?
Genes.
Genes as in what?
Like
the genes.
GENES.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this CRISPR technology, you can order some of this stuff at home. So for all we know, some people are experimenting with genes and viruses in their basement. Just letting y'all know. So CRISPR gene editing can lead to big mistakes in human embryos. So y'all gonna check that out, but it can lead to big mistakes in a lot of stuff, because they even have places where you can order certain microorganisms that you can design. You could design microorganisms and basically have a place created for you. Did you know that?
No.
We need to talk, because we can go and create our own Gye-Nyame bug. But anyway.
Okay.
Scientists warn of a new coronavirus variant spreading across Europe. Just so that y'all know, it's out there. Something, something new. Something that will spend the winter with. But hey, family, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to get up out of here, Navita. I need to
get on up, Father. Get up through.
I'm gonna get some food up in me.
Get back on my schoolwork, and I guess I'll ask you a question in a minute.
All right. If it ain't private, go and ask it right now.
Okay, cool. All right. So, on my class right now, we're doing talking about the Columbian Exchange. Are you familiar with that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, the Columbian Exchange was due to the divide of the Pangea separating the old world from the new world type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So once that gap was separated, it allowed people to travel those rivers and do exchange. So with that exchange came foods and tools and disease, okay, by the Europeans. So anyway, so I'm on the board. I just want to preface with that. So we're talking about that. So, like I said, like, for example, in the old world, which was Africa, Europe, Eurasia, Africa, Eurasia, and I forget the other motherfucking part of the old world. And then the new world was like the Americas or whatever, North America, South America. So they're saying that, like the exchange, like potatoes and corn became the staple foods in the old world, and the new world was introduced to horses. Native Americans was really big with the horses. That was beneficial to them, da-da-da-da. So, those are the good things. The disease, however, like in the Caribbean, it said there were whole indigenous people knocked out from the diseases that were brought by the Europeans from that.
Right.
Okay. Now, someone said this. I'm going to read it to you. Tell me what you think. Overall, I got a comment. Everyone in the world would have the best diet because if the exchange didn't happen, people would be missing certain nutrients in the body that they need for longevity of life.
That's some bullshit. But go ahead.
Now, that's a comment that a student made, and I'm trying to comment back. How do I comment back to saying, like, no, I mean, shit. What do I say back? Africa, they were completely content with what they had on their land, even though we got to remember that it is a continent, not a country. But, there were several. They didn't need that influence.
Right.
So how would I say this?
Well, I mean, actually, you put it that way. I mean, how can I put it?
And who could I reference that to?
Well, actually, there might be a reference that you could use for that. But one of the things that you have to use as common sense, if people were existing long before we was trading and was able to live in the areas that they were living for thousands of years before they actually started trading with outside groups, then they must have been getting the nutrients that they need to survive as a group prior to.
Okay, so let me use for example, like I thought about that. So, because one thing, this is references and sources are very important. So, in the ancient Egyptians, according to their writing, they lived approximately in their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I say,
you mean they live until their 30s?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to what I just read, I just did a Google on it. So if I say to her, well, apparently they had those nutrients before, people were living before, then would her rebuttal be, but they were dying young? Because
they was dying, right.
Well,
I mean,
that can't be true.
Well, no, it wouldn't necessarily.
The lack of nutrients is not why they were dying, though.
Right. Lack of nutrients was not why they was dying. They was dying because they aged out. I mean, shit. I mean, and they lived in a total.
Well, they were dying because they encountered different infections during that time that they were in. They didn't have certain technology and medication to combat. It had nothing to do with.
And some people aged out at 30. I mean, I want you to imagine if motherfuckers didn't have certain medications and certain surgeries now, motherfuckers would be dying at 30 now.
Right. That's all I just said, fool.
Right. I ain't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me figure out how. So I said food-wise, specifically in parts of Africa, there was no issue with missing nutrients in the inhabitants' diet. How do I prove that, though?
Well,
you don't have a reference?
Well, no, I don't have a reference for that. But what I would say is all right, let me go back. First off, ask her to prove her statement. Because if people existed all over the world prior to all of this trade, you know what I'm saying? Where was the lack of nutrients prior to that? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, because you don't have to prove it to her. You could respond to her in a way where she would have to prove what she said to you.
This is why I can't say it, because there was a lot of reading that was involved, and I didn't do all the reading. You
don't tell on yourself on the national. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of reading. But the issue is, then
I don't know if she got that from the material. That's my thing. So I don't want to be. Okay, I think I got it though. Okay, but so people lived all over the globe.
All
prior
over
to
prior to this.
Okay.
And they were living on the food that they had. Now, all of a sudden, what she's saying is that life improved because people had access to more and different foods. How were they able to decide on what food? Because a lot, like, for example, we look at sugar, we know sugar was one of the foods that they brought in. That shit ain't good for you. Sugar don't increase life. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Tobacco don't increase life. That was something that they brought over too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on now. But you would need references for that shit. That's why I don't like school. I
got it now. I was thinking about using that sugar. I can get the references on that. Sugar and tobacco.
But they didn't eat tobacco.
Okay.
All right,
so
baby.
she also said, let me just go back real quick, then we can read that. She also said that the Columbian Exchange was a crucial necessity that shaped the world.
Yeah.
Was it a necessity?
For West Asians, yes, it was. Yes.
As far as the food for the Chinese.
Chinese was cool.
But no, they weren't.
Why the Chinese
were
weren't
dying
cool?
of starvation, and when they came in with what the fuck did the book say? According to the book, anyway, they came in with maize in China. It helped fill their starving status in China.
Wait.
From the Columbian Exchange. However, this is my thing. I don't think it was a necessity based on who's looking at it.
Right.
Because if you look at the Native Americans, it wasn't a necessity. It helped to contribute to the demise of their people through diseases.
Right. But then also, now, because I got a question piece about China, because, China has a wall that's older than European history that they built.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying?
I'm just telling you, from the book, it says that in China, and I don't know the year on this, we're talking around probably, Christopher Columbus and prior.
So about 1300. Yeah. So there might have been like a drought year or a drought period, but to say that the Columbian peace saved China, I think it's kind of disingenuous.
That's what they said in the book.
Because all of China's not shit. China has always had a lot of people, and it always had places that was starving and other places that was doing pretty good.
Well, them motherfuckers, according to the book, well, she mentions that because it was in the book.
Right.
That China, they saved China from starvation pretty much.
They saved China from starvation. China, what y'all feel about that? China just inboxed me and said, fuck the white man. But I'm about to go, baby.
I mean, I think, all right, let me get off here. Okay, great. All right, talk to you later.
Peace.
Let's call alone. All right, bye.
Yeah, that's a good call right there.
I had called her earlier. She's been trying to call me back, so that's my second source. All right, bye-bye.
Peace. All right, family, I want to thank y'all for joining us on the journey. And I am out.
One of the most frequent questions that I get is, where are the children and why you call